Boom. And we back. Legion. What up, what up, what up? And we got why being a producer might be the worst job in music, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.
On the outside looking in, being a hip-hop producer looks like a fully fledged dream job. Not only do you get to use your innate talents and make stacks of money from your creative exploits, but you also get to rub shoulders with your favorite rappers for a living, often getting platinum plaques with them in the process. But there's another side of that coin, in that despite the fact that they are so vital to the music we all love, they aren't treated in the same way that the MCs who spit over their beats are. Now, there are select—
Hey, how I feel though, unless you really like your gift and you feel like you love making music, that's your passion, by all means be an artist. Just don't get looped up in no 360, especially in this era. You don't have to sign to a record label. You are your brand. So, but anyway, I always felt like the producers really got it better because they getting the benefits of the money from the record. You feel me? If that record gets a Grammy, they get a Grammy, but they might not be as known. They can go out in public and not deal with those weird ass fans. You got the cool fans, but then you got these weird niggas. You got the weird secret recorders. You got the just glazing fans, overdoing it fan. You know, you got to deal with a lot with that. So some notes, I feel like that's better for real. Like, you get the fortune, but you don't get the fame as much, you know?
Like few producers who are universally respected, but it's fair to say that they don't always get their flowers, and all too often they only acquire them from others in the game. While for the most part, there is an industry-wide plight where producers are seen as dispensable figures who can get ripped off at a moment's notice.
Oh, you know what's a good example? Check for the what is it? Why I Gotta Be Like That? Farsight. Okay. Then listen to "Do for Love" by Tupac. I basically chopped my record.
And shockingly, it's something that even famous producers inflict on one another in a fight to succeed and stand out in a crowded marketplace.
Hey, this is actually one of my favorite beats that I didn't really do. Brian All Day Miller did this beat, and he was supposed to get co-producer credit on it, and then they didn't give him credit on the album, and just had my name, and everybody come up to me in the party and say, "Oh, I love this beat," and I would say, "Hey, thanks."
It's your boy Luesta, and this is the dark side of being a hip-hop producer. When you
Don't think about Kanye. He gonna say what's on his mind, and he gonna say what it is. It may come out as controversial, but that nigga just he gonna say, he gonna be truthful for the most part. For the most part.
venture online, it doesn't take too long to stumble into a horror story from an aspiring beatmaker who finds themselves struggling to get what they deserve, or faced being taken for granted by the rappers who are approaching them to work. "Hey, I like your style. I need beats. Bet, I charge insert amount for a beat. Let me know what you want to get. Oh word? I'll hit you up Friday when you get paid." 19 out of 20 times goes ghost. Had a couple of friends who only came over when they needed their YouTube beats recorded over. Did a whole album for them. And when I wasn't recording for them, they were getting on my ass like, "Yo bro, gotta get this shit out, man, the fans." Fuck you. Actually come hang out and chill. I'm not your slave. Now, these are stories from producers on the come up.
And them notes, yeah. Those are, so what I said earlier, I'm happy he showed this. What I said earlier really doesn't apply for up and coming producers because they're not able to get money from their records quite yet, especially on a scale of, you know, the big ones. So like the shit they gotta go through, oh God, yeah, I can see how it's probably really a bad job because they gonna play you and shit, bro.
Trying their best to turn a profit out of a passion. So you'd figure that once you got a little name recognition, these producers were suddenly protected from all of these issues of being mistreated, lied to, or straight up stolen.
Probably got worse.
But the truth is that it happens all the time and in a whole variety of forms, some of which are only coming to the forefront in the technologically advanced era we're in today. But one issue that's been happening for years is disputes over credits on a song. These can rage on for years, with producers often having to fight a major label machine for the money or mention that they rightfully deserved. There are a whole host of ways that producers can be screwed out of these, but perhaps the most egregious of all comes when someone hears what you're doing and simply steals it outright. This is something even
That's
legendary
crazy.
producers like Pete Rock
I'm
know
going
the
to
sting
war
of
for
all
that,
too
like,
well,
he's
with the
still
cyclical
in my-
behavior of one of hip-hop's most infamous execs, robbing him of his rightful place of an all-time classic.
Crazy.
As P recalls, he had sampled the legendary track Juicy Fruit from M2 Man, and let Puff hear his creation as it was playing in his home studio during a visit.
Oh,
And after hearing it,
so
Diddy
bad.
teamed up with Poke of Bad Boy's Trackmasters and remade the same beat. Afterwards, Pete
This nigga just didn't do nothing in the good light. That nigga Diddy, bro. Shit like that, bro. That you got the people that are not as big. This can happen in content too, bro. I'm aware of that. You can have an idea or have like a certain thing with your content where a bigger person to see it and try to put it as their own, and then their community's bigger, so now they think they made it and they're getting more recognition than you because you're not a bigger, you feel me, creator. You see, this shit opening my eyes to the dark. Yeah, I didn't think about that too. That's woozy, bro. And I hate it because I'm an up-and-coming content creator. For one of the big niggas or something to steal mine and call it his own, I don't get recognition at all. Oh, yeah. I'm pissed. I'm angry as fuck.
discovered he had been robbed, but was given a remix on the single.
And I was making the beat because I knew they were coming, but I didn't know that he would like that beat. At that time, I was a little wet behind the ears, so I didn't get the proper credit I should have got. But at the same time, you know, I did do the remix, and you know, I do tell people that the original belongs to me too. You know, the whole idea, the whole thing.
Right,
So,
right.
Everything.
yeah, rest in
is
peace,
shit.
B.I.G.
Despite how flagrant this was, Pete remained level-headed about it and simply maintained that he wasn't going to be stuck with the consultation prize. I did the original version, but didn't get credit for it, he explained. He heard that shit and next thing you know, it comes out. They had me do a remix, but I tell people, and I will fight to the end, that I did the original version of that. I'm not mad at anybody, he told Wax Poetics. I just want the correct credit. Y'all just can't be robbing me. If you don't do the work, I'ma expose you. But in a testament to how hard it is for producers to get what they're due, even a legend like Pete Rock still hasn't been able to get this situation rectified to this very day. As when it comes to dealing with a
And that
label
shit,
or
how
an
long
artist
ago
and lawyers,
Biggie was
it's
alive
often
when
your
that
words
shit happened?
against theirs.
They done played
Even
with
to
my
this
nigga
day,
for
the
30
same thing
fucking
can occur,
years.
with producers not receiving the correct royalty figure out of major hits. A prime example of this is Jimmy Duval, a beatmaker who sued a late rapper's estate for over $1 million, proclaiming that it is important to note that as the producer behind Look At Me, an inarguable platinum hit, I was removed from all credits, which in turn meant that all rights and royalties owed to me were immediately averted. It goes without saying that everyone deserves credit for their
Damn.
contributing works. My friend is no longer with us, and I'm only asking to remain a part of the legacy that we created together with Look At Me. In the process, he wound up getting countersued by X's mom, leaving him in limbo, and trying to get what he felt he deserved.
That pretty much without the consent of any of the
And let's just be real. That's a L mom. RP to XXXTentacion. That's a L mom. Why are you countersuing this nigga? He got no rights to the record. He didn't get $1 off of that. That fucking song was huge. You gotta give him some. Countersuing him is diabolical, bro. What the fuck?
creatives involved, they signed the publishing off to the sample at some point, his legal team. Because it ain't between me and X. Like, people like me and X, I don't deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obviously not gonna be me that figures out that this big problem exists in the publishing, but it's really the copyright for the record.
Okay.
So if you do something like you create that record, you own what you've done on the record. Right? And if you're not gonna own it, you at least are gonna go into some kind of discussion or legal go through where it's gonna be decided you don't. But it can't just be given away by some random lawyer behind somebody else.
When you go to make a publishing deal, correct? If they don't know that, if you say, yeah, I made this track, but you don't have evidence of you making that track, they can't really.
Oh, sorry, you can have evidence, like, I'm already going through something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, there's other people involved that are coming to me like, yo, what's going on? Like, and I'm like, yo, like, I have the proof I made the track. You know, I even have stuff that says I own the track. But there's this, you know, at some point in time, unbeknownst to me, this transaction occurred. So now that's what we're dealing with.
Sometimes the apparent
That's
erosion of a producer's role in an
heartbreaking,
artist's
bro.
development can go even deeper. According to Jeremy Rose, he alleged that he had a role in molding the sound that would later become known as The Weeknd's signature aesthetic, only to have his contributions wiped. Apparently, Jeremy asked him if he wanted to work on something. I had this idea for a dark R&B project. Abel seemed to suit the project. When I met him, I heard some of the stuff that he was doing. It was called The Noise. They were a straight kind of R&B, just really light. And I was just like, oh, f that shit. No man, let's talk about fucking and getting too high and trying to f bitches and it not working out. Let's get really grimy about it. Reportedly, Tesfaye wouldn't respect his opinion or pay him, and things went sour when he asked Tesfaye for credit on the songs. I've never heard from him since I told him I don't want to work with him anymore, he said. No legal action has been taken, but Rose says we'll work on it, getting money. Eventually, his credits were restored, ensuring he got his props for the work on tracks like The Morning, Loft Music, What You Need, and others. But it's clear that he wasn't going to get it without a fight, and this is at the heart of the problem. Because unfortunately, this ability to discard a producer's requests is endemic within the culture, with their contributions overlooked or uncompensated in a way that rappers don't have to tolerate.
If you send me a beat and I rap on the beat and then you come trying to text me some crazy ass number, I'm not paying for your beat, bro. Fuck your beat. Cause I make my own beats. What the fuck?
Then nigga, you should have used your beat.
You need to leave.
You should have used your own beat, bro. Like, I don't know if it's cause that's just completely wrong, y'all. I don't see, if you use my beat, okay, I get, okay, saying like a crazy number, okay. You gotta give me something, bro. You saying you not paying me at all is not an option. We have to meet at a number. Going overboard is crazy, though. Definitely, like, that's crazy. Look, it doesn't have to fully be in money. Give me some money, a little bit of money, plus give me recognition. Give me connections to other people to do it. You feel me? That's more important than money sometimes. Nigga, you gotta connect me to some other artists. Oh yeah, my boy, make the, you feel me? Put me on or something, bro. You just take my shit and leave me in the dark is not an option, bro.
I need your beat for all you producers that sending beats to my email. Put the number, put your price in the email. Yeah? Don't come after the song come out talking about you want this,
okay.
you want that.
I mean, that's right too, though. That's the part where he is truthful, and that's the part where I can agree, though. If I'm sending my shit, I'm putting my price in it right then and there. I ain't gonna spin back around after it becomes something and do it. As a businessman, you need to put your number on that motherfucker when you send it. That's the truth.
Cause you ain't gonna get it, nigga.
Despite the fact that he literally makes beats, attitudes like Soulja Boy's are very prevalent, as unfortunately, it's one side of the music industry where it seems like payment is treated like more of an option rather than a right. And for Soulja, he found out the hard way that producers aren't willing to tolerate that, with various projects being pulled for copyright claims from creatives who said they weren't paid for their work. Due to this pronounced mentality in the industry, people such as Bobby Shmurda have always tried to push projects out without getting
It's a brand
permission
new
from
day.
those who worked on it.
I done made over $500,000 for the year and can't be that bad outside, my nigga. I'm trying to drop my project, but these niggas are asking me clearances and these fucking producers is asking for some crazy shit. I don't know what rumors is going around. They think like, oh, Bobby just dropping bags, this, that, whatever. I'm not giving niggas no fucking $10,000, $8,000 for no fucking producer song.
But while these situations
You need to
are
give
in
me a
which
couple
producers
thousand.
manage to halt the music from coming out ahead
That's
of
what I
time,
said, y'all gotta meet
there
at a
are plenty
number.
of occasions where they are strong-armed by big artists who use their output in ways that don't consent to or haven't been paid for. A little while ago, Ye took to his constantly controversial X account to complain about a music industry professional trying to get what he felt his clients were owed. Free Maiden tried to charge me $3 million for beats from people I showed how to make beats to. Ye wrote, adding in a shrug emoji directed at managers. And while he painted this as some form of extortion, the producers in question, Bugs and Brian, revealed that they hadn't gotten a thing for what they did. He owed us money for almost 3 years now, has refused to pay, yet keeps stealing our work, said the text, which also claimed that lawyers are getting this taken down within the hour. This isn't the only issue producers have faced.
But Ye kind of tripping on that. Like, nigga, just because you helped them make the beat, like, nigga, they still did it, though. Like, you taught them, if he said, I taught them how to make beats or whatever, okay, the fact that I made the shit though, nigga, give me something. 2 hella years and Ye got the bread too though. Like, that's my problem. Nothing, 0% is not right at all, bro. I played a part in this record, bro, or project.
When it came to Kanye's long-aborted record, ATL Jacob was also left scratching his head over the whole STEM player rollout, especially when it came to how royalties were supposed to work.
Everybody was confused, like, how we get paid.
Were you confused?
Yeah, I'm still confused. Like, if he banned for STEM player now, how we get paid?
Okay, I mean, were you disappointed that it didn't come out publicly? Because I'll be honest, I haven't heard that album. That's the one Kanye album I have never heard because I'm not going to buy a $200
literally
piece of electronics that I'm going to toss out after listening to it.
It's crazy because the STEM player, like, he'll upload the songs on the STEM player and they wasn't even complete songs. Like, none of the songs were done. He was just uploading demos.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, naysayers might question why people don't come out and voice their displeasure straight away. But when you're dealing with someone like Kanye West, there's always the problem that you're burning bridges with a big artist in the game, and thus, it might lead to you getting blackballed. On other occasions, it can lead to beef, such as when Drake tried to force his way onto Metro's Heroes and Villains record.
Really, it was a song I had did with Travis and Thug originally for my album. I was just in the studio with Drake one time because we were going to do some stuff for my album, and he just wanted to hear some songs from my album. Then he heard that one and really wanted to get on it, but like...
Alright, Legion. As you can see, this is another day. We finishing to react with why being a producer might be the worst job in music.
I ain't even try to say, you know, dream. Like, it's really like just locked in. I'm locked in where it was, but he hit me and was just like, man, let me see if it's just anything he could add to it. And he was like, if you don't like it, then whatever. So he did some stuff. A couple parts was cool, but like I just felt like just even with like slime verse and trap verse and the outro, it was just already like it just really wasn't no room. It was just wasn't no room. It wasn't nothing personal. It just wasn't no room. So I had I just ended up using the original, and I guess the other one just leaked or something.
Over time, this led to ill feeling, including lines like, Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. And the infamous...
That was a legendary bar. Drake lost the, he definitely lost the war, but he won the battle with that bar, I'll say that much. Nigga told him to shut your bitch ass up and play some drums, nigga.
Yo Drizzy challenge. For others, beat theft can lead to their creation being enlisted in a way that they never intended to. This is exactly what occurred to esteemed producer Pierre Bourne, who had to endure a beat that he'd originally made for Trippie Redd falling into the hands of 6ix9ine without his consent. The end result was Gummo, a platinum-selling song that featured his work that he wanted nothing to do with.
I never wanted to have anything to do with that song just because of how they went about releasing it. It was very disrespectful, very like, fuck you, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't want the money, but everyone was shocked because I was like, no.
Yeah, so hold on, run it back.
What occurred to esteemed producer Pierre Bourne, who had to endure a beat
Hey, man, shout out Pierre, because he got a motherfucking Steelers jersey on, man. Hey,
what occurred...
Hey, shout out Pierre, man. Hey, whoever played him, he's a bitch. You see, he's sporting the squad. He's sporting the squad, man.
To esteemed producer Pierre Bourne, who had to endure a beat that he'd
Shout out
originally
Pierre.
made for
I done
Trippie
heard his
Redd
beat.
falling into the hands of 6ix9ine without his consent. The end result was Gummo, a platinum-selling...
Whoa, so Gummo's beat, the beat that made him famous, 6ix9ine, that's really the beat that really, because Gummo was like his first big shit. Damn, that was Trippie's beat. What was Trippie gonna sound like on that beat though? I ain't gonna lie, bro, it is a rap or whatever, but the beat kind of went with what, you feel me, how he was rapping on it. I don't know if Trippie would've, I don't know what Trippie would've sound like on Gummo beat.
A song that featured his work that he wanted nothing to do with.
That is crazy though, regardless of the fact though, if I give you a beat, nigga just gave his shit to somebody else. He said, you can have this. You gotta at least talk to bro about it. See, obviously didn't like that shit. It probably like took his shit and like just, it probably didn't sound like that now I think about it. That's probably what pissed him off too.
It's just weird because I was in Australia with Drake. Like my life was just going up the way I wanted it to. When they started the whole process, they just was like on some Fuck that shit. Before that song was released on Apple Music, we went through so much back and forth of no's. So many no's to where it was a miscommunication. That a no turned into a yes.
How the fuck does that work? A no just don't turn into yes. What the fuck? Huh? Nigga, a no is a no and a yes is a yes.
On other occasions, the problem lies in a rapper not necessarily stealing your work directly in the vein of a 6ix9ine and Pierre situation, but going out of their way to try and replicate the feel without your permission. This brings us to a situation such as what occurred between repeat offender Diddy and Hitmaker.
I was just about to say, damn, Diddy, guys, this is second time we just saw him on here. Nigga, repeat offender. He's a repeat offender in different fields. I'll say that. That nigga's a multiple offender in multiple lanes. Weirdo.
As the acclaimed producer recalled to the Joe Budden podcast, Diddy screwed him out of
Bro is a multiple.
to replicate
Hey,
the sound
boy is
before
just
cutting him out.
that nigga dual threat. Weirdo.
10 clip, some crazy shit. I think Dabble was in it, and he was like, he hit me back like, I want that Berg shit. I'm like, stop trying to be me. Like, it sound like you trying to do what I do. Like, send me some different shit. Da, da, da. So I didn't send him nothing, right? I was like, fuck it. Next thing I know, they deciphered my records and reached out to everybody that I collaborated with and dissected me from the situation. So he's calling Cardiac to his house like, you need to be one of the hitmen and this, that, and third. Yeah. Next thing I look up, Eric Bellinger is in the Bahamas with motherfucking Puff and they singing songs together. I'm like, when the f-? I'm like, Eric Bellinger done lived in the fucking LA his whole life. And I was like, damn, this is really diabolical. Like, so I wasn't fucking with him.
Given situations like this, there's every reason to assume that artists themselves are the problem. However, this isn't always the case. In some cases, the shady behavior happens behind the scenes without the artist even knowing, which makes it all the more infuriating once they finally find out. This situation was highlighted by Tony Yayo during one of his many recent media appearances. When reflecting on the creation of the legendary 50 Cent track Wanksta, he recalled how the original beat was made by a man named Jay Praise, with 50's then manager Shaw Money XL taking credit without properly compensating him.
Hey, that's a banger. That's that. You say you a gangsta. You say you a gangsta. Hey, that beat crazy too. I ain't gonna lie.
You could be mad, I still love him, but Shy Money didn't make Wanksta. Another producer made Wanksta.
Damn,
Money
for a beat.
Yeah, look, the that made Wanksta, I don't even remember him. That's how bad he got jerked. And I remember being in the car with 50 and Shy Money was there and the producers calling like, yo, Shy Money saying this is beat. So 50 looking at him like he didn't even sign the contract. 50 might have had a little piano produced by Shy Money. I'm like, damn, that's up, bro. It's just being truthful. I'm not trying to diss him, but I just seen, yo, this how business go. You could produce something, I add a little string, I made it.
Other times, the way that music is categorized when it is unveiled leads to the producers getting duped. Because as it turns out, there are different rates when dealing with certain mainstream label-backed artists, depending if it's on an album or a different format of release. And this is something that the acclaimed E. Dan found out the hard way when working with Wiz Khalifa.
The Khalifa album, I don't know if they called it a street album. They came up with some really clever name that essentially meant everyone involved, you're gonna get paid, you know, half what you normally do. You know, it's a thing. I mean, it's I've seen it happen really more often in the last few years. Anything to save a buck for these labels.
Clearly, there are a whole host of ways in which labels or other professionals in the industry can sneakily withhold money from producers. But there are times when a producer can challenge what's gone on and have positive resolutions. A recent example of this came in the form of a dispute between Mexican OT's team and Kyle Beats over his platinum-selling track Johnny Dang. According to Kyle, the track had been out using his friend Derez's loop for 11 months prior to him even realizing. Yet once he realized how big the track was, it led to a campaign to get his friend credited for it.
So apparently there's a song by the Mexican OT that uses one of my loops.
What the fuck? Is that you, Robin Thicke? You ain't slick. You got canceled from music, now you making beats. We're on to you. We're on to you. Robin Thicke, bro. As bro said, I'm getting in the music game somehow.
Air drum kit, I think. One of my free drum kits. You know what? I don't even recognize the loop. Oh my God, dude. the fucking melody, dude. Oh, you know what, dude? I didn't even make these melodies, dude. Derez, my boy Derez, dude, made these. Why didn't anyone hit me up? Who produced this, dude? Toby Ali, Jonah Abrams, and Johnny Snipes. But where's Derez?
After a little back and forth that would restore your faith in the music industry, they got what they were looking for.
The loop for Johnny. I say, hey, the loop for Johnny Dang was from a pack of mine. Nobody cleared it with me before I went out. Here's my number. I don't know, dude. I know in the past I've seen people that just get screwed. So I just want to approach this in a way where it's not like I'm coming for their necks. It's like, hey, this is our loop. Nobody cleared it with us. Nobody got paid. Nobody got credited. The song just went platinum and we got nothing, bro.
Yeah, I'm familiar with you, bro. I didn't even know that was a loop that the guy used. I was wondering how he even got, because the guy that did that beat, this is like his first placement ever. So first placement ever, and it goes platinum. So he didn't have a catalog. So I was wondering, how did he get your stuff? You can actually text it to me as well.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna text you on the call right now.
And while it was clear that money wouldn't change hands, the man ultimately got a plaque.
Put it like this, Kyle. I'm honestly on your side, because I've been in your situation. You know what I'm saying? And I know how that is. And like, it wasn't just with a platinum record. It was with a 5 times platinum. You know what I'm saying? So I lost out on old school. That's one thing about me. If I ever do that to another producer.
And if you're wondering if Derez got paid or not, well, no. This pack was originally released through a website I had.
What? Bro didn't even get paid. Bro went dumb hard for what? Damn.
Called Pure Sound, where it was labeled as completely royalty free.
Due to the fact that the loop was released as part of a free pack, it ensured that there was no need to pay a fee. But it is a situation which highlights how easily someone's intellectual property can be taken in the internet world without anyone even realizing. But how do we police this? And is there any way for producers to protect themselves from the prospect of theft that'll leave them robbed of the acclaim or cash that's rightfully theirs? Well, the big problem with that is that there's no industry standard across the board. Every producer is an independent contractor in a sense, so this makes them seem far more dispensable in the eyes of the labels and artists alike. Because of this open disdain for them, Sunny Digital put forth the concept of a union.
Sunny Digital.
Good question. Why don't producers
Damn,
get
it's crazy though. Like when they're saying some of these producers' name, I'm hearing they tag in my head. His shit, Sunny Digital. Sunny Digital. No, Metro.
That shit crazy as hell, bro. Y'all need.
I ain't gonna lie, Metro got a few tags. You got the Metro, or if Metro don't trust it, I'ma shoot you. Metro Boomin wants some more on it. Hey, bro, got a few of them. Few legendary ones at that.
Start respecting the producers a little more, big or small, in between. It don't matter. They all making all the sounds to this shit, though. You take the beats off them vocals, then y'all know them shit's gonna sound like shit. Man, these niggas out here making these fire-ass beats and shit, though. If y'all don't show respect or showing love, though, they ain't gonna keep on doing this shit. Y'all put the inspiration there for them. You ain't doing the shit.
But it's clear that the industry has managed to divide and conquer, often preying on the new and inexperienced to get what they want at a lower rate. There's always going to be some kid on SoundCloud or at home making beats for the first time that will bend or fold to certain circumstances, said Hitmaker. Alongside the willingness to scam producers without a second thought, the other problem is that they aren't seen as the same footing as a rapper. Because while an established MC can always try and hit it big, producers are at the mercy of their sound being hot at that time. This is a problem which DJ Mustard has been on the receiving end of before coming through the other side. Recently, Ty Dolla $ign revealed that he originally had one of the beats that wind up being among the standout tracks on Kendrick's GNX, until his label shut down the idea of doing a project with a Cali rapper before it could ever happen.
Reincarnated.
Ain't that Squabble Up?
This one, Hey Now Say Now, right? This beat was my beat.
Oh, word?
Me and Mustard were working on an album together. We did a whole album together. This shit was hard. There was a song on the album with that same beat that I did called 5 in the Morning. I didn't drop it. And
Why?
now I didn't drop the album because at the time the label gonna tell me you know what? Mustard's not hot right now. Maybe you
Word?
need to do some, I swear to God.
That's crazy. Think about their money first and foremost.
Yeah,
and
I
not
get
thinking
how it
about the
works.
creativity.
A year later, his label would have much preferred that he teamed up with Mustard than Ye. And this is indicative of how your buzz is dependent on your connection to others at that time. Because let's face it, Mustard doesn't get a Heinz collab or
Mustard doing 18K. I'm not saying it's amazing. Do I think it's like super bad? No.
This, in a nutshell, is at the heart of the dissonance when it comes to what producers mean to the music industry. Because while they are treated as irrelevant, all the evidence that they're important is right there in front of us. Producers and engineers are crucial to an artist. Doesn't matter how good you rap or sing. Your beat selection sucks, it's over. Still, even a legend like Babyface, who has literally helmed iconic tracks by everyone from Beyonce to TLC, has to face being treated like a second-class citizen compared to mainstream artists.
This new trend that we're seeing in R&B, where we're seeing more of a fusion, we're seeing people blend the genre with pop, blend the genre with hip-hop and rock as well.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go through.
Like, this is a fucking, like, come on. L lady, man. L interview.
You need to leave.
Like, this is a legend. Nigga done wrote for all them good people. You worried about, I don't even know who she's talking about. Chapel. Whoever that is don't even want to talk to you. Oh, that's so son. What the fuck?
How are you doing?
Who are you? Who's Chapel? No disrespect. Who the fuck is that? How are you doing music interviews and do not know that the R&B pop art has been used before by this man? Literally made all these
music
hits.
interviews and do not know that pop/R&B/rap was fused before by this man. No matter how far you get in the game, there's always the chance that you're going to face some major issues that resemble those that the new upstart producer might face. Not too long ago, DJ Payne 1, a man who has worked with Jeezy, Lil Baby, Ludacris, Nipsey Hussle, Polo G, Public Enemy, and Yo Gotti, among others, claims that the transactional nature of the job is the problem.
People love to shame producers because producers are in customer service. Think about it, every other customer job. I love that you brought up customer service. Every other customer service job out there, doesn't have to be music producers. Anyone who's selling a product and communicating with potential buyers of that product, they're the most shit on people in any career field. Just part of American culture. On the one hand, producers, we're creatives. On the other hand, if we're selling beats online, then we become our own customer service representatives.
Over time, he's even faced issues like stolen beats, but he claims that it's not enough for him to become discouraged.
This is why I don't upload my beats anymore. Now that's your choice. I just think it's the wrong choice. You're limiting yourself. You're cutting off all of these potential income streams and you're hiding your music from the world. Now, don't use my situation as an excuse to give up on your dreams. Look, I filed DMCAs against the person who stole my beats and within a day, his entire catalog was wiped from the internet. I mean, it took a little time, but I handled it and
he handled
I'm
his
fine.
shit
I love my
for real,
career. I
for
love
real.
making music. Life is good.
Oh my
I've never
God.
in a million years.
Imagine you gotta fire your catalog, you banking on it, bro. Just listen to my music, bro. I don't gotta say too much, listen to my music. They happen to listen to your music and that motherfucker is wiped. That shit is gone. Damn, you better play your respects, bro. Came for his shit.
Gonna let something like this stop me from releasing my music.
Aggressively.
Because while it would be easy to get focused on the countless negatives, there are times where the hustle pays off. Just look at someone like Young Keo, a young producer from the Netherlands, who is now responsible for the biggest song of all time after Lil Nas X bought his beat online. The common story was that he sold Old Town Road for $30, implying he missed out on millions. But Young Keo maintained that this was a misconception and cleared up that he was on top of his business.
Can you clear up the misconception? Because I think a lot of producers are like, yo, he sold the beat for $30, and they think that's all.
Yeah, everybody be saying like, oh, he doesn't make money off the song and stuff like that. But there's a difference between selling and.
This game, you're not ready.
leasing, I actually leased the beat to him. Even if you sold it exclusively, you still like keep a percentage of your publishing.
Right.
So even if I sold it, I would still make money, but people just think like I sold the beat and like all the rights or whatever. I mean, that's really not how it works.
And as to how he did it, he simply suggested that producers need to have the foresight to put things in place to ensure that you'll get what you're owed.
Because I was always thinking like, okay, I need to put like an agreement. If somebody buys a beat and it blows up, I'm protected. I was always thinking like, okay, nothing is gonna blow up, but just to be sure, and it actually happened. So, and I was, because of the contract, I was safe, you know what I mean?
Is there anything specific like you have to put in that contract?
But it was like how many streams you can do with each lease, you know? So if you get the first lease, it's like 1 million streams and you know, it's all the numbers, what you can do and what you can't.
Despite how glamorous it might seem on paper, being a producer is an uphill battle.
Not
And
everybody's smart.
unfortunately, it's only
Like,
getting
bro,
more
though.
complex in this AI-infused world. And these days, it looks like they're being done dirty by one of their own. Since it became prominent, Timbaland has been a staunch supporter of AI. Within interviews, the Grammy Award-winning producer insisted it was untainted in a way that modern music isn't, effectively making it superior.
I just don't feel like ain't nobody moving me that's already that we know. The music sound bland, it sounds boring, and which you know, we talk about AI and artificial intelligence, but shuck, that's the only thing that has a pure soul right now. Yeah. That you can create something and just express your true feelings and it comes out beautiful.
Some of his contemporaries have been in favor, claiming that it's good for him to be on the ground floor. I'm happy that Tim is into AI, Swizz Beatz remarked, because all the white people in it, why can't we get in it? I don't care how. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So this is Tim's entry point into AI. Whether we like it or not, it's an entry point. But others have had issues with his involvement in Suno, which
AI is either gonna make or break our society, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning more towards that it's probably gonna be the ruin us. Yeah, I'm leaning more that way, sadly, but
platform, as well as Stage Zero, an AI-oriented company that he is at the forefront of. For one thing, Russ suggests that he's basically trying to negate the autonomy of artists and producers to cut them out of the process.
I just feel like it's coming off like the motivation behind signing AI artists and doing all this is control. And you're not looking for artists, you're looking for machines that follow orders. You're trying to eliminate the messiness, aka the beauty of humanity, and looking at artists like these inconvenient employees. You're kind of doing this because you want compliance, which isn't collaboration, it's not creativity, it's control. And so at that point, you're not building art, you're building product. And you're also telling the whole world that the ideal artist is the one who shuts up and waits.
Meanwhile, Young Guru has had some tough questions.
That was the #1.
What in the fake Deion Sanders? Is this Deion? What's up with all these prototypes in this video, bro? Is that Deion?
The question I seen it was like, yo, are you training AI off of our music?
First of all, I can't train. I don't own the company to do the training data. Now, what I do, I am a partner of Suno. Some people don't like Suno, and some people do. I use Suno for a tool. So as I was with them building on this tool, I uploaded all my beats, how I use it as a producer tool, like a sampler. And what I did, I started learning more and more how to become a prompt operator.
And already, there's been issues that suggest their concerns were worthwhile. During one of Timbaland's tutorials on Suno, it became apparent that a producer by the name of K-Fresh was ripped off.
Shout out to this producer here. I've seen him on my timeline many a times. I want you to listen to not only this beat, but I want you to listen for his producer tag. You'll hear it in a second. Listen to this for a second. You heard that? Pay attention to that. This is a beat that says in the title, Timbaland makes a beat with Suno AI. Listen to this beat for me and you let me know what you hear. Not only are those elements of the sound.
What the fuck? The AI stealing shit, see, bro? That's the thing about AI, bruh. Niggas think he making prompts for it. This shit is grabbing that from somewhere. And bro got it off of bro's live. What the fuck? They took the nigga's tag and all. Oh yeah, see, this is where it's gonna be a problem, bro. They gotta make them like smart and like, nigga. This don't look good.
of the beat that you just heard, in my opinion.
Don't
But you
look
also hear the man's tag. Oh, what are we doing here? That's that man's fucking beat with his beat tag. This was the main concern that folks had when they saw this announcement. You're not going to use my music, right? There's no chance that my music went into the learning of that.
And after the fact, Timbaland, who has always claimed that he wanted to champion creativity, had to issue an apology. Although it was an instrumental aspect of the music we know and love, there are clearly plenty of pitfalls for those who are behind the boards in hip-hop. So before you open up Ableton, Logic, or even Fruity Loops, make sure you keep your eyes open. Because if you're not careful, you'll get exploited in the blink of an eye. Until next time, my friend. Peace.
Video.
I'm going dollar for dollar. 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 She screaming, she holler, she liking the way that I walk. I don't need a designer to get right behind her. She loving the way that I talk. All this hustling, grinding, this business I'm minding. I do all this shit on my own. Now I'm writing on my wrongs. Picking up pieces I'm on.
If y'all not watching my daddy, what are y'all doing?